One thing queer, one thing queer, one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer. Let's get one thing queer. Hello and welcome to One Thing Queer. My name's Jenny Baton and my pronouns are they, them.
And I'm Kelsey Wren, and my pronouns are she, her.
Hi, friend.
Hey! Oh my god.
Oh my god, we took a week break and it honestly felt like a month.
Really? Same. So I was like 2 nights ago, and I was like, I miss podcasting.
Yeah, me too. I was listening to our last episode and crying all over again today because I was like, how do I do this again? I kind of forgot.
Yeah, I was like, I miss talking a lot.
Yeah.
Dude, it's been so busy that like I couldn't even fathom. I'm glad we did take that break off. I couldn't
too.
have handled everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How has your year been so far?
I can't even look at you. It's weird. It's weird. It's like starting from like episode 1 again. I don't know. We gotta get the shakes out.
Yeah, we need to get the shakes out. We're nervous again.
Yeah, I know. It's so weird. It's like, it really wasn't even that long of a time. I guess it was over a week-ish. I don't know.
It was over a week because the last time we recorded was your birthday.
Yeah.
And that was 2 weeks ago.
Oh my god.
So,
Jeez.
yeah.
Ridiculous. I don't know. But it's been busy. I'm like, I'm a hot mess. Work has been so busy. I've been working till let me complain because I'm working, but I've been working till like 8 or 9 most nights.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty late.
Yeah, like I'm trying not to do that, but I can like feel as a Capricorn, I can feel the work in the other room. I'll be like downstairs watching TV with my partner, and I'll be like, I can hear the work like, Kelsey, there's something to do. And I'm like yelling, shut up, leave me alone.
It sounds like a ghost. Kelsey.
Yeah, it's really like I can hear, like it opens the door and it's like, there's work in here.
Your cap's ringing.
Exactly. Oh my god, it's that. And it's like, it's manifesting in my back hurting also because I've been doing a lot of like crafting. Like that's part of the work I do.
Yeah.
Is making things and like just like holding your arms up to like hold the, I don't know. I feel silly complaining because I'm like, I'm working. But
no, but it's okay.
Yeah,
I mean, it takes a toll.
Yeah.
Work is
I'm
work.
just tired.
Yeah. I feel you.
I feel like every time we voice message, I'm like, I'm so tired, Jenny.
At the end, you're just, and it's like the beginning and the end of the text. You're like, I'm so tired. And then we're like, blah, 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 blah,
Yeah.
blah. I'm so tired.
It's like I can't form sentences anymore. I don't know, my brain doesn't
okay.
work. I'm trying, but
It's a little telepathic, I think.
yeah. Well, what did you do? What have you been doing?
I've been a lazy fuck.
But that's great because you're never that.
Yeah, but it's kind of been driving me crazy. I guess technically I haven't been, but I haven't been working as like intensely as I usually do.
Mm-hmm.
But I haven't worked all week, but I have a wedding on Saturday, which I'm very excited about because I do miss work. And I have so much to catch up on with you. Like, there's been so many things.
I know. I'm like, how was the trip?
Val and their mom and their mom's boyfriend, we all went to SF. We like did a little road trip up to SF, and I was like showing them around, and I was like the tour guide, and I hate hosting. Like, I'm not good at hosting at all. I like being hosted. I'm like an expert in like letting people host me. But like when it comes to like feeling that pressure of like, and not to say that I felt pressured because I didn't feel pressured at all, but like I wanted them to enjoy themselves. So I was like, okay, I lived here for a year and a half. Like I kind of have an idea of like where I want to take them.
That's a lot of pressure.
Yeah. So we did.
I'm having anxiety just thinking about it.
Maybe it's like a cat thing too.
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know, but needless to say, it was a lot of fun. We had a lot of fun, and it was a great trip. I think they really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. I got to see my friend Viv.
That's awesome.
We spent New Year's at her house with her mom and her best friend, and it was just all of us.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it was pretty low key. We just like were at her house. She made us dinner. We had cocktails. We had champagne. And so yeah, it was a delightful New Year's.
That's awesome.
Low key, but fun.
That's
How about you?
awesome.
How's your New Year's?
Oh, you want to know how tired we were?
Yes.
We went to bed at 9.
Raged.
Raged.
Raged all day.
Went to, because also my partner, like, literally, okay, so you, I, and Celeste all had dinner. Like,
Yeah.
I can't even, it was
Right
Tuesday.
before.
It was a Tuesday, okay.
Yeah.
Bernie and I tried to figure it out this time frame. I'm going to interchange between Bernie and partner, everybody. It just is going to happen. He was trying to tell me like when it was, and I was like, no, it was this day. And he's like, no, it was this day. And I'm like, I really can't remember. But okay, so I think it was a Tuesday. So every day since that day, because Celeste watched your house.
Yes.
And for you, Celeste, I know you're listening. We fully intended to invite you over.
Gone trip.
I am, because I was so sad. She was down the street, and I was like, we fully intended to, but literally Bernie worked like every day till like 5 or 6, which for him, normally they get off at 1 or 2. They go in super early, so it's like a start, they start really early. And he was wrecked.
Yeah.
Like for like a week straight of that,
Wow.
of working that late. And for him, that's not what they do. Like it's uncommon to be there that long.
Yeah.
And he was exhausted, and like it literally felt like I didn't see him for the entire week, even though he like came home.
Yeah.
every night,
But it was just like
obviously.
a few hours.
Yes,
Yeah.
I was like, dude. So New Year's Eve he had to like go in the New Year's Eve day super early. So he's like, I'm going to bed. I'm like, yeah, I don't care. Like, I don't care either. We'll go to bed because we'll get woken up at midnight anyways. So let's go to bed. We'll get woken up and then go back to sleep.
Yeah.
I'm like, everybody's like, we raged. I'm like, I went to bed.
I love that
I'm
though.
tired.
And honestly, the times where I've had like the most low key Christmas Eves have been some of the best years. So
Christmas Eve was also that too. We did just chilled here.
Yeah.
I'm like, did we? That feels like light years ago.
I know.
It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, we did that Christmas Day. We just went to his mom's house. My parents are out of state, so we FaceTime with them and then opened presents and stuff. And that's pretty much, we've just been working since then. Like,
yeah,
even the weekends, like,
have been cray.
it's been crazy.
Yeah. Well, that's good.
Yeah.
At least you spent it with each other, and that's all that matters.
It works for me.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
that's all good. So, the elephant in the room, I guess. If you caught it in the beginning.
Oh, I was like, what elephant? Come on. What are you talking about?
So
I already know this.
Yeah. The last episode I had mentioned that one of my hopes, I don't want to say resolutions.
Yeah.
It's not really a resolution. But like one of my hopes was to like get to the place where I felt unapologetically myself and was comfortable with just dropping the she. And so I did that.
Drop that bitch.
I think I did it the day we recorded.
You sure did. I was like, wow, that was fast. Let's go. I'm in.
I don't know. You just kind of like reassured me. You were like, well, it's a given, and I'm like, it is.
It's really
Why
funny
am I overthinking this.
Yeah, it's sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you.
Okay.
It's really funny the way like because you were talking about like working on your throat chakra, and I'm like, mine's good. Like, I have no problem saying what I gotta say.
I love it.
So I'm like, but there's other ways where like I don't even know, like maybe your third eye is where I'm like getting into that. Like I got it, like some trippy stuff has been happening. So like, yeah, I don't know if it's good or bad.
It's good. It's good, Kels. If we say it's good, it's good.
Dude, it's not even just like a work exhausted. I'm mentally exhausted because I feel like there's so many changes and thoughts and things I'm trying to accomplish and energy put out that I'm like really it's not just work, because a lot of my work I can do like it's just my hands. I'm kind of do it with my eyes closed almost.
Yeah.
But it's just like the energetic output that I've been trying to work on.
Yeah.
It's funny that like, not funny, I always say that, I don't mean funny, but I mean like it's interesting. Both of our goals are to be unapologetically ourselves, but in different ways this year, I think. And I'm down for that.
I love
Let's
that.
do it.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah.
Say it louder.
Damn it. Wrong one. I wanted to do the. It was this one. Anyways, I forgot
I know.
which one was the one I wanted to use.
I feel like normally we don't even know. Week to week, we don't even know which one
Yeah.
is which. I think that's because it's not our own sounds. I mean,
It's not our own sounds.
just
but
came with it.
Yeah.
But-
Anyways,
yeah.
sorry for if I made your ears bleed. I apologize.
Good dude. Just- But yes, unapologetically ourselves. Yes.
Oh, another thing.
Oh, tell me.
So, I mean, pretend I didn't tell you. Okay. Kels, guess what?
What?
I'm taking a Reiki class.
You are?
Yes.
That's awesome. I
Yeah.
really actually forgot about that.
Okay.
But that's awesome.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm actually taking it next week on the 11th, which is when this episode is airing.
Oh.
So don't bug me that day. No, I'm just kidding. You never bug me. But that day, I'm literally going to be in class for 8 hours.
That's okay. I got social media. I got you.
Yeah.
I got you.
You never bug me, by the way. I'm just
Yeah,
kidding.
I know. That's awesome. Though. It's that long though. Holy cannoli!
It's an 8-hour class. So there's 3 classes to get to Reiki Master. So I'm taking part 1 and then part 2. I think part 1 you can only work on like friends and family and you're not technically a professional. And then when you take part 2, that's when you can start doing it professionally. And then Reiki Master is like you're a practitioner with a capital P.
And let's clarify what is Reiki.
So Reiki it's like an energy healing with basically energy and aligning your chakras. Chakras, that's how you say it. Chakras.
I saw that.
Yeah, and to just help you get attuned in your body,
That's
basically.
awesome.
So I'm very excited.
Yeah.
It's a virtual class. But I did mention in the last episode that I wanted to take a Reiki class, and literally a
you go.
few days after, I was like,
Out the gate.
I am
2022 out the gate.
I was like, I'm gonna do it before we hit 2022. So
Nice.
I signed up for it before. And also
What?
and then I'm gonna shut up.
Please keep talking.
Okay, so I had my first tarot reading. Like I did the tarot reading on
That's
on someone.
awesome.
It was yesterday.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, it was one of my old managers who is my friend. She's my friend.
Jenny is like teacher's pet. Like,
It's my cat.
it really is.
No.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was like so sweet. She was like, oh, like, she had messaged me last year, the year 2021, and she had asked me if I was doing readings, and I was like, I will, like, in the new year. I'm still, like, trying to get the hang of everything, and I wanted to, like, really know a lot more about it. So literally a couple days ago, she was like, all right, I'm ready. I was like, okay.
Could not wait.
Could not wait. So
awesome.
yeah, so we booked it and it went really well. I took out like 6 decks because I was like, I don't know what we're gonna be feeling today. So it's funny because my cap was like, okay, you need to go by the book. So I was like referring to the first half of the session. I was referring to the meanings of the cards through the books. And one thing that the book that I had gotten you for Christmas was, I have it as well. It's like a tarot guidance book. It had said, like, you could go based off of what I'm telling you each card means, but at the end of the day, what really matters is your intuition. So whatever intuitively you gather from the cards. So the first half I was going through it with the books, and you and I aren't really good with like going based off of notes. So I was trying really hard to do it, and she was resonating with it. But then I was like, you know what? I'm like, let's talk about, and then I was like, let's talk about love. And I was like, I'm going to pull this deck out and I'm going to leave the book over here. And I just started pulling cards, and the whole session was just like, yes, oh my gosh, yes. Like, okay, that's
awesome.
that's not a horror. No, anyways, but basically, like, everything was resonating with her, and she's like, if I'm gonna give you feedback, once you were going based off of your intuition, the accuracy was like insane.
That's awesome.
I was like, okay. So I just learned I had to trust myself.
Yeah. I mean, It's what I think we're both learning, working on is the trusting ourselves, trusting your intuition and what feels right for sure. But that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's really cool.
So I'm going to share that with you. I was so excited. I feel like I hadn't seen you, so I'm like, I need to like blabber.
I know. I was like, what are we talking? I'm like, what am I talking about? We haven't seen each other for like 2 weeks, so we gotta talk about everything. Everything.
Yeah.
But I'm like, I can't even remember because I'm like, I just worked and read books.
You didn't. You read books.
Oh,
what books did you read?
And I watched a hell of a lot of Selling Sunset just
oh my god
because of you.
Did you finish the last season?
No, I'm on season 3. I'm okay. Anybody, this is for anybody who doesn't know the show. I'm on, spoiler alert, I am on the part where Chriselle's husband just announced they're getting divorced, and I'm like,
that hurt my heart.
It really hurt too. So I'm like, okay, I need a break. This was all fun and games until that.
Yeah, that was rough.
But I was like, I'm looking at this like, what can I steal of like ideas for like home stuff?
Oh my
like
gosh.
There's some really cool.
Yeah, it's like trash TV, but I got so into it. I even started watching because I finished it.
Oh.
I started watching Selling Tampa.
I saw the commercial for that. I was like, ooh, okay, that's next.
But you need to finish season 4. It's so good.
Oh, okay.
It's so good.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
No, I'm just, it was a simultaneous feeling of like, this is entertaining and stuff, but at the same time, I'm like, these houses are like millions of gazillions of dollars, and I'm like, I'm a little bit sick. Like, it grosses me out a little bit that like this stuff costs this much, and this is how much money they're making. Like, my little like anti-capitalist heart was a little bit like, bleh. Like, I'm grossed out by this.
Yeah,
like,
it is kind of disgusting.
it was.
Not gonna lie.
It's fun trash TV, but it was like, oof, and like they're complaining about things, and I'm like, this is not.
It doesn't really matter.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's thoughtless TV. Like the other day, you're gonna be so mad at me. Val was like, "Oh, let's watch Rocky Horror." She's like, "Let's watch Rocky Horror." I'm like, I want to, but I don't want to think right now. I'm like, I need a thoughtless show. I'm like, so let's finish Selling Sunset. So it's like thoughtless, but because I'm like, I know when I need to like give my
for sure,
give undivided attention to something, and I just like, I've been so energetically exhausted this past week.
Yeah, same. I do this thing, I'm sure other people do it too, where it's like an anxiety thing where you rewatch stuff because you don't have to pay attention to it. Like a lot of my time is that.
Yeah.
I do that because I'm like, I can't even focus on anything. Like, I just want to just like kind of sit here and just stare.
Yeah.
And not really think about anything. Yeah. It's
okay, we're drinking tea.
Yeah.
We people drinking tea.
Tea, yeah. That's actually I've been like super, super into tea. I always liked tea, but
me too.
My partner got me a make your own tea kind of kit thingy.
Oh my gosh.
It was like it's the coolest thing.
I want to see it.
It has like, I will show you. Like I said, like there's like stuff that like you're going to be like, you had your first crystals like a month ago. What the hell? You're going to be like, what the hell?
I'm so excited.
It's so cool. So comes like green tea, black tea. I don't know. It has like ginger. It has like a bunch of different stuff. I don't know. It's like organic little tea thing, and you make your own blends. I'm like,
that's fucking sick.
Yeah. And I was using because my friend Hava got me these like little like an herbal magic book kind of thingy. Ooh. And like there's a moon one and a house one also. So I was like, let me see what goes for what, like what you can use for different things. And I'm like, I have these things.
That's so cool.
He also got me like a bunch of like dried flowers and herbs and stuff like that to just like have on hand for whatever may arise.
Can we have like a day where we like craft spells? I really want to. I've never done one. Like I've never done a spell, and a friend of mine asked me for a love spell recently. I'm not gonna say who it is. Ooh. But a friend of mine asked me for a love spell, and I'm like, well, I have books. Like I've never done a spell, like manifested spells or whatever.
We totally can.
That would be sick.
I hate to break it to you, but I'm a little bit ahead of you.
I know you are, and that's why I want you to be the person I do it with.
I think that's with all the energy, like what I'm talking about, energy. Like the amount of energy that's being put out is like.
That's why we're exhausted.
I'm exhausted. Yeah. We're gonna call this episode "Tired in 2022."
Tired of the shit already.
It just started, and I'm exhausted.
We're tired because I feel like we're like rejuvenating. Well,
yes.
We're rejuvenating.
I was gonna bring that up. Like, it feels like, because even like Candace is a little quiet, and I know Candace has had some doing some stuff or whatever, or busy with her own life, basically.
Yeah.
But I'm like, even like, I feel like everybody's quiet. Like we've all retreated.
Yeah.
And I feel like that too. And actually I did like a little, like a little spread today. And it was basically like, you have to retreat to become like who you want to be. Like it's a time for like
reflection
and a time to internally work. And once we get out of this, like, or once we about to come out, you'll see like all the fruits.
force.
Yeah. And I'm like, okay, cool. Cause that's all I've been doing is like hibernating and working.
Yeah.
And
I feel that too. I feel like this year is going to be filled with intense energy, but it's not going to be, I feel like 2021 was a lot of intense energy too, like I mentioned in the last episode. Thank God I listened to it, because I'm like, now I can refer back to it. So if you haven't listened to it, go back and listen. But where I was talking about how there was like a lot of light and darkness last year for me, and a lot of like reflection of the soul. And I feel like this year, because of shadow work that was done last year, I feel like a lot of people were working on their shadow work last year. This year is going to be filled with abundance. A huge wave of abundance for the collective.
definitely. And it's I'm like, can't form words because my brain is foggy, but I think it's the back of my mind is so focused on other things, not other things right now, but like normally so focused that it's kind of like, here, autopilot, go do your thing, because I'm working back here and you just got to get through the day, basically.
Yeah.
That's what it's kind of been every single day, but it's good. Like it feels good. There's, I don't know, changes happening that are nice and have been really a long time coming. So it's nice to finally see that, and it's nice to finally, I feel like I'm finally letting go of the fear of stuff. So it's like, oh, what's gonna happen?
Yeah.
I'm so excited.
I'm excited too. And I haven't really like even thought of like what I'm excited about. I just know it's gonna be good. I just know it's gonna be good.
I'm like, I don't know what it is, but I'm so excited.
The podcast is gonna blow up, and we're gonna. I told you I had like this like daydream when we first started the podcast, where I was like listening to the intro song, and I was like, and I just like envision us walking up like in some like award show for podcasters. It's like, oh
Yeah.
most popular podcast of the year.
We got to remember how to podcast first.
Yeah, I guess so.
But yeah, I don't know. I think there's going to be exciting things for that. And I'm excited to explore more like current event kind of things too.
In the queer community.
Yeah, I feel like we spent a good amount of time with us kind of like, hey, get to know us a little bit.
Yeah.
But I'm really excited to explore those topics and meet new people for like guests.
Oh, absolutely.
I'm really excited for that. New perspectives, stuff we, don't have a perspective on. I'm excited for that.
Yeah, me too. I was thinking about that today. I was like, oh, okay. I'm like, well, this is our first episode back of the year, but I'm like, we should definitely think of who we're gonna reach out to have as a guest.
Yeah.
I'm very excited.
Yeah, me too.
So
me too. And lives, we'll do lives again, everybody.
yes, lives
That's gonna be fun.
Coming back. We've been going hard at the TikToks.
Oh yeah. Man, the TikTok today I was like posted on the Instagram.
Oh, okay.
I meant to text you, but I was like, oh, they're probably on their way over, so like I'll tell you when you get here.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like Instagram there, yeah.
We've been getting like some traction on TikTok.
I know, like everybody follow the TikTok. It's freaking funny.
It's funny. If you want to see Kels in a place where you'll never see Kels, follow our TikTok. You'll never see her do that in front of anyone except me.
It's funny because and that's how I get myself to do it. I'm like, oh, it's just me and Jenny. And then when I see it on the TikTok, it's a tiny bit of like betrayal. You showed somebody. But at the same time, I'm like, okay, this is why we filmed them, obviously. But it's a little bit like, no one was supposed to see that.
It's just for our eyes. We make the TikTok private. It's just for us to entertain
They're fun
ourselves.
to do, but it's like, I'll look back and I'm like, oh my God. Like I feel so, that's what I'm trying to break too. Is like, I feel like every time I look at myself in a TikTok, I'm like, oh, cringy.
And you know what? Val is the same way. And it's funny. I think it was one of the last ones I posted and we're both dancing. And they were like, the things you make Kels do. I was like,
Thank you, Val.
Me? I'm not pulling strings here.
It's funny because I'm like, okay, I have to be like, okay, we're doing TikToks today. It's okay. You are who you are. It's all right. Because I'm like, it was funny. We were actually talking about this. Talking to my partner about this. And I'm like, I feel like, okay, if you've seen the TikToks, I have no dancing abilities.
You do.
Not a lick of rhythm to speak, which is
You have your own flair. You have your own flair.
okay. Well,
Own your own flair.
to me, not a lick of rhythm to be seen. But so it's funny because I was talking to him about like doing, because there was one TikTok where I was like, oh, look at how cool that is. Like, I'm like, oh, I could kind of never, because I feel like anytime I try to like be cool, quote unquote, I'm like, you just sound like an old person. Like, you just sound like an old person who's not cool.
I mean, I think that's kind of like a Cap thing.
Oh, yeah.
I think.
Oh, totally.
I'm like, because I feel that way sometimes too.
Yeah, that's not coming from my charming Gemini side. That's coming from my Capricorn. Like, okay, that's enough fun, everybody. Chill out.
Yeah, I think what reels you into making the TikToks is definitely your Gemini.
Oh, yeah, because I'm like, that looks fun. I want to do that.
And you have fun.
I do have fun. I like doing them.
Yeah.
Don't worry, everybody. There's going to be more TikToks.
I'm not a bad guy.
Just know No, I love doing them. They're fun. Just know that I cringe every time I see myself in
I do too.
Yeah, I'm like, oh.
I do too. I just like, I guess this is the way I see it now. Because like, I'll try to make Val do TikToks with me. Not make them, but like I'll be like, oh, do you want to do this? And they're more timid. Val is definitely more timid. So what I see it as is I was teased my whole, like up until high school and even in high school. And so now I'm like, I see it as like, what do I gotta lose? And I'm like, and also if I make a fool out of myself, I have the power. Because if someone makes fun of me, I'm like, okay, I'd love to see you do that.
Yeah.
That's the way I see it. I'm like, okay. I'm like, it says more about the other person, whoever is making fun of you, because it's like, I would love for you to have the energetic ovaries to do that.
Yeah.
And that's usually what it falls under. So I'm like, what do I gotta lose? And then, especially if I'm filming in public, I'm like, these people are never gonna see me again unless like they record me.
Yeah.
Which then they still like, I just don't care.
I think it's not even about it's not even about caring. I don't care if anybody sees it. I don't care if like that. I couldn't care less. I don't care if you see it. I don't care if you see me do a TikTok in person. It's just that like that eyeball thing, like it's just eyeballs where I'm like, oh, I can feel eyeballs.
Is the energy?
Yeah, like it creeps me out.
Yeah.
Maybe that's an anxious thing. I don't know.
Yeah.
You ever have that thing? Like, this is how I know I was anxious as a kid. Is that like in class I would be afraid to get up to go to the bathroom because everybody stares at you when you get up.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh, they're all gonna look at me if I go. Like, which is ridiculous because in high school I dressed like mega crazy, kind of like. So like obviously people would be looking at me like with like a tri-hawk and like, you know, like unconventional shaved heads. Like that's what I had growing up. I had my piercings, like I had pretty much everything but the tattoos. So it's like, of course they were looking, but I'm like, I could have just not dressed like that to not get attention. But I don't know. But I was still like, just leave me alone. Let me do my thing. Like, just don't. I don't know why you have to look.
I think that's pretty common though, like in different ways, because I had the same exact emotion and feeling too. And I didn't have that sense of style, but I definitely didn't dress like what most people dressed as. And I definitely had like my own flair of whatever it was I was wearing. I mean, I'm not gonna say it was cool because I don't think it was, but it was mine. And but I also had that fear of like asking questions or, you know, maybe there's a psychology behind that.
Maybe.
Yeah,
that's different too. I didn't have a problem raising my hand and ask questions, but to get up and go to the bathroom in front of her, like walk out of the room and everybody stares, I'd be like, okay, I need to like, let's prep.
Yeah.
Like, okay, we're gonna get up. We're not gonna look at anybody's faces.
Yeah.
Like even like in a restaurant, like if I go through this aisle of people, they're all gonna look at like yeah. But I'm like, I'm still have like my head's like side of my head is still shaved. Like I don't really care. Like but like if it's, you know. If you see me walking, like, don't look at me.
I feel that.
I don't know. It's a weird. It's a weird thing, I guess. And it's probably just me being more self-conscious, I guess, now because it's stronger than when I was a kid. Because when I was a kid, I was like, "Fuck you! I don't care. I'm gonna wear whatever I want.
Yeah.
You can do whatever you want with that information. I don't care." But now I'm kind of like, I don't know if I would. I don't know if this is the appropriate attire for the restaurant I'm going to.
I don't know. I don't think I care.
Yeah.
That's my Aries, I guess.
Yeah,
The
because
apathy.
that being it, well, that and the, I think it's the reason I like doing the TikToks because mine is always the like, the dark or like the conversation point, and yours is like the crazy part of it because I also like to see you go crazy because like I personally can't get there, so like it's because I'm like it's funny to see you do it because I'm like, wow, like you can switch so quickly. It fascinates me.
I feel like you could get there.
By myself probably, but nobody would ever see that.
I feel like you could get there with me. I think I could push that out of you. I think I have in some TikToks that we've made.
Possibly.
Like,
But then I look back, I'm like, shit, I let my guard down and everybody saw it.
you're like, fuck you, Jenny.
No, I was even with this one, I'm like, post it on the Instagram.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Yeah. I just watch him and I'll like show Bernie when he walks in. I'm like, look at how funny.
I love showing him because he will crack up.
Yeah. He thinks they're hilarious.
I think it's like it's nice for him to see you like outside your comfort zone.
Well, he sees me crazy all the time.
Yeah,
so,
but like in front of other people.
Yeah, in front of other people. I think that. Yeah, no, I'm bonkers.
You are.
You ever get those like tired, loopy like conversations?
We've had plenty, Kels. What are you talking about?
It's just funny because I don't know why when I'm exhausted before we're going to bed, I like to like antagonize him. And apparently, like we're about to go to bed, I'm exhausted, and all of a sudden I have all this energy to talk all this shit
To him? Yeah.
So I'm just out of left field with everything I'm saying, and he's like, "I thought you were tired. What the fuck?"
Yeah.
He's like, "What's happening?" And he's like, "Go to bed." It's just so
I relate
funny.
to that.
Yeah.
Heavy.
Yeah. Just like
Yeah, you're not the only one.
he was off the other day and we were like this is again out of left field. We were so tired, we were loopy and stuff, but I was like saying something. He had like socks on and he put his like sandals on real quick, and I was like, "Where are you going, turtle toes?" Like, just kidding. And he was like, "Gosh, bully." I was like, "I'm just teasing," and he was like, "Well, you don't have to bully me."
Oh my god.
It was so out of left field. Like, it was
so random.
It was so funny. I was dead though, fucking dying laughing. It was so funny.
That's cute.
God. Sorry. That was you can cut all that if you like.
No, I love it. We love it, don't we?
Yes.
We're just shooting the shit today.
I know, just chilling.
Getting the hang of this again.
Yeah, we actually had a listener too. I'm not gonna call them out by name, but I can't remember if they messaged the Instagram or ours or mine, but they were really happy about the spiritual stuff we talk about and like felt connected, and I was like, that's
amazing.
thank you for telling me that. Like,
Yeah.
that freaking rocks. And shout out to you out there because that's really cool, and I'm glad you're here.
Yes.
I'm glad you're listening, and I'm very like excited for where we're going for this year.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we haven't planned yet, but there's planning to be done, and it's going to be really exciting.
Yes.
Yeah.
We have so much planning to do because I think we both really just want to like get really in the nitty gritty of the creativity aspect of having a podcast. And
Definitely.
for us, I think we're just since day one, we've been like so excited about.
Yeah, I feel like it was like, okay, get this like get to know me stuff out of the way, and let's get into it.
Yeah,
like,
we warmed y'all up since September. We warmed y'all up. Y'all
Yeah.
kind of get the gist of our personalities and who we are. And if you don't know us outside of the podcast, like I think we're pretty damn authentic.
yeah, I think this is pretty much This is
us.
yeah.
This is our dynamic.
Yeah.
There's no bullshitting. I think you can tell. Like when I listen to podcasts, I can tell when people are putting up, you know.
Yeah.
But this is us.
Yeah.
And I think people that know us, like, that's why they listen to us, because it's like, oh, yeah, that's you.
Yeah. I'm excited. I hope everybody is along for the ride. And there's so much to talk about, and there's so much. It was actually I was talking to my partner about this yesterday. We were talking about getting into like nitty gritty and like the conundrum or paradox of telling personal stories and having family listen to that. And it's like, oh, I don't want to like trying to get personal enough, but not telling your family's business kind of thing. Yeah. And I was like, because there's plenty of stuff that we can talk about. I know we've talked about like breaking patterns and things like that. And it's like, I don't know, how do I bring that up without being like, oh, yeah, let me talk to this person in person first, because it could be dicey.
Yeah, totally. I think that's the tricky part of like what comes with the territory of like being vulnerable and being so public, because I mean this reaches the whole world. For me the way I see it, because I'm like, I know there might be family that listen to the podcast and they know I'm talking about them or whatnot, but personally it all comes down to boundaries. Like I think we both are pretty good with our boundaries with like what we're willing to share. And I think for the most part, for me, the reason why it's not that hard for me to talk about it, I see it as if I tell my story and someone is relating to it, I feel like that's helping. And for me, that's the bigger picture, and that's like more of a reason for me to want to share it. There's a lot of stuff that I definitely want to share on the pod that I've been through, like heavy stuff. I mean, we try to keep it lighthearted, and that's like the thing is like we both we don't like getting heavy, but I think also it's important for us to talk about things that we're comfortable talking about and that we do need to share, because I'm sure there's someone out there that's going through the same thing.
I think that was part of the getting to know, is like, so when we do get heavy, you know where we're coming from. Yeah. And like that, the intentions we have by who we are, because you've got to know us a little bit first. It was important before we get into those topics. Definitely. I guess. Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm interested to talk about that. I'm interested to get heavy. Like, let's heavy. Yeah.
Heavy. Sorry.
Oh, we can never get heavy. We can never keep it together long enough.
I'm gonna be like, it's a heavy one today. We'll start the podcast and start with our jingle.
Oh my god.
That'll be the jingle. Sorry.
Oh, wow.
You wanted an Aries as a co-host. So here you are.
Sheesh. It's just
But yeah, we want to get heavy.
Yeah. No, definitely heavy, but it's when the timing is right, I guess.
Yes.
Or, yeah. But I'm very interested in that too. And that, and just that was kind of a confirmation, is that person reaching out and saying like, hey, this resonated with me. And I was like, okay. Okay. We can agree.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Also, have you guys watched Encanto yet?
No, I want to. Jenny. Have you watched Soul yet?
No.
Kels,
I watched Selling Sunset, okay?
You need to watch Yes Man. You need to watch Soul.
Okay.
Soul, like, you're gonna fall in love with Soul. Like,
it looked sad.
It's not sad, okay. I promise you. You'll happy cry. You won't sad cry.
I already happy cried at Encanto and kind of regular cried at Encanto.
That's what I mean.
Okay, when you watch it, let me know.
Cause if I watch it, you need to watch Soul.
I will.
Okay.
I will.
Deal. Pinky promise.
But yes, in Encanto, I've had every flippin' song stuck in my head. Maybe that's where all my energy output is, because like I'm just randomly singing all the songs like constantly throughout my day.
That's good.
It was really good.
I've heard it's really good, and I heard it's like very inclusive with like their characters and stuff. So I'm excited to watch it.
It's been all over my TikTok FYP. Like that's all my videos are like.
I've gotten
analysis.
Yeah,
it's really good. It's catchy. Watch Encanto, everybody. I'm sure a lot of people.
Not sponsored by Disney.
Yeah, yeah, no.
Hell no. They stingy.
Stingy, and I hate to break it to you all, but Walt was not the best man.
Nah.
But That's maybe
That's
a
another
time.
story.
That's another story.
We're gonna lose the listeners. We're gonna lose our Disney loving listeners. But I mean, I've just like I know someone that worked in the corporate company, and they're not a great company.
Oh, I know Walt Disney's history.
Yeah.
I could tell you just
Yeah.
by his history. Oh, God. It was kind of funny because I was talking to my friends and, like, I knew some things about some things, and they're like, how do you know this? I'm like, there's plenty of nights where I fall down a rabbit hole
same.
of something, and all of a sudden I know a ton of stuff that I shouldn't know.
Yeah, like you're way ahead of me on this whole spiritual journey. Let's talk about that.
We are on our own journeys, everybody.
know.
Yeah, it's a
No,
cap.
but
It's a cap thing.
it makes me happy though. Like it makes me. It's just crazy to me because I remember us having having a conversation on our very first FaceTime call, and I was a little bit like I touched a little bit on spirituality, and like you were just like I mean I didn't know how you felt about it, but like I didn't feel like you were like you really grasped what I was talking about. And then remembering that to seeing you now, and I'm just like mind blown.
Yeah.
With how
That's how it
far
works.
you've come.
That's how it works. That's how caps work, I
Yeah.
guess. And the Gemini is also like thirst for knowledge. Like one way to kill a Gemini is to not let them learn anything. And like I need to know everything.
Geminis are curious as fuck.
Oh, I'm extremely curious about everything. Like and extreme curious to the point where like if we're having a conversation or I'm talking to somebody and they say a word I don't know, I'm like, let me look that up because I'm curious. I need to know what that means right now. Like it's almost a compulsion. I have to do it, or because I need to know what it means. I need to know where the origin is, where it came from.
That's a good trait to have.
It's a lot. It's a lot of energy.
It's great.
But yeah, no, I feel like it's too. I dove head first because I've been like, I've always known something was out there. I never, again, we've talked about this before, but I never thought it was organized religion. I was like, this doesn't seem right to me.
Yeah.
Like nothing seems to add up here. And this seems to add up for me. So I'm like, I'll dive head first into it and have fun with it and, do what I want with it.
Yeah, exactly. Because that's the whole point of it. It makes me excited that we have listeners that follow us or started following us because it's a queer podcast. But obviously, like, spirituality has become such an important and fundamental thing in both of our lives. And it's nice to have people that kind of get both.
Are along for that journey also, because like I know sometimes we're like, oh, it's like one thing spiritual now.
I know, and I'm like, I catch myself because I'm like, I'm sorry, but I'm like, not really, because it's our podcast.
And I think also too, like, I mean, we are who we are no matter what we talk about.
Exactly.
So it's still the same.
It's still queer.
Yeah, it's still the same subject.
And we're definitely gonna dive more into the queer talk.
Yes, yeah.
This year.
For
That's
sure.
very important to us. So we will definitely be doing that. Maybe merch.
Yeah.
Merch. Maybe Patreon. Actually, I wanted to talk to you about this like in a meeting, but I guess we're kind of in a meeting.
Yeah. Everybody behind the scenes. BTS.
BTS. But how do you feel about like starting a Patreon? I think we can do it.
I'm down.
I feel like people will like really join.
I'm down.
So
we just have to think of what for. What do y'all want to see?
Yeah.
Patreon is exclusive access to us. So
yeah, what do you want?
What do you want?
Like rated PG.
Oh yeah, no,
PG.
I mean, come like
I was gonna say
like,
PG-13, but I was like, no, not even that.
Like
PG.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, I guess PG-13 with like language.
I meant to our minds. Access to our minds. That's it.
It's not an OnlyFans.
Yeah, not an OnlyFans. No, I respect all OnlyFans workers, but this is not what that is. I respect y'all doing the damn thing.
But if y'all want to see us, like, I don't know, like we could record videos for y'all and maybe do, I don't know, maybe like a little tarot reading for y'all.
Down.
We both have decks, so what, like, if you're down, like, we're down.
Yeah.
So let us know.
I'm in. And like just to like hang out. I don't know. Oh, my dog
There's
flew. Did you miss my dog, everyone? It's barking in the background.
I missed her so much.
I know, dude. She was
so happy when I got here.
I
She's
know.
like, oh my god.
I was telling her all day. I'm like, guess who's coming today? You don't even know.
I don't think I've ever seen her that excited to see me. I'm not even gonna lie.
It's been so long that like she didn't even recognize your car beep. Because normally she's already up and like, Jenny's here, you're barking. Ah.
Well, I usually park like right in front of your house, but there's a car right there, so I parked like next
maybe
door.
that's why. Okay. Because
Yeah.
I was like, you didn't even get the cue. You didn't even tell me Jenny's here. You always tell me when Jenny's here before I know Jenny's here. I'm like, you didn't even slacking on your job here.
Yeah.
I don't know. No, she's the cool. We got her a Snoopy blanket for Christmas.
Aww.
Isn't that the cutest thing? We were.
Oh. No, I was gonna say, like, I feel like blankets are her favorite thing.
Oh, blankets are her favorite thing in the entire
Yeah.
world. She loves blankets. Anytime I was making a blanket and she laid on it before I like finished making it was fabric. She laid on it before I finished making the blanket and I was like, I'm not even done. Get off.
She's like, oh, is this for me?
She freaking loves blanket. But we got her Snoopy one, but like, I was gonna get her a Snoopy like ornament, but like with like the date and stuff. But my Bernie was like, do you really want to cry in like 10 years when we see this? I'm like, no. So I'm like, maybe I won't get this freaking ornament. He's like, do you want to you're just gonna get us something to cry? I'm like, great. You're right. There's already enough of that around here.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Thanks.
We are not crying on the first episode of 2022.
We're not. We're too tired.
I'm too tired to cry.
I think we've internally cried.
Oh yeah, we're
This
not
whole week.
crying.
No.
No,
I can't wait to see your presents.
I know. I have to show you.
Yes.
You don't even know.
I don't even know, and I'm so excited because I know it's a bunch of witchy shit. And I'm gonna nerd out. I love it.
Oh my god, it is a bunch of witchy shit. But it's from everybody. It was the collective, and it was everybody's presents and things I bought for myself. That's where all my money's going these days.
Trust me, when I first started my awakening, I would like go into the witchy store, and I'd be dropping like $300 every week. I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
because like during that time, I remember watching this TikTok. It's like, don't be scared to spend money. The more you spend, it'll triply come back to you. And I was like, yeah, I believe that. So whatever, $300, I'm getting $900 back.
I've literally said that to Bernie when we were shopping. I'm like, it's coming back. Don't worry about it. What do you worry about?
I mean, it does.
Yeah.
It does. But maybe like, I don't know, rationalize it a little bit.
Be a little bit. Well, also I saw something too where it's like something about like managing money is like you can't get rid of it as soon as you have it. Like that's just you like getting rid of that energy basically.
Yeah.
And it's not going to come back to you if you're just willy-nilly out here just,
Yeah.
not making smart decisions with it kind of.
That's what I've heard. I've heard, especially if you grew up with like not a lot of money, they say that whenever you have money, like whenever you have an abundance of money, you subconsciously try to get rid of it because you're like,
That's exactly it.
yeah, like you're like, oh, I don't deserve this money because I've never had this type of money. So it's like you fear it, so then you push it away.
Yeah.
So it's like a balance of knowing that you're gonna get money back in return, but also like not disposing of your money, like just carelessly.
Well, we do live in a place where you need money, which is
Yeah. Sad.
yeah, which is unfortunate.
reality.
Yeah. Oh, it's fun. I don't know why this brought this up in my head, but we were planning out our garden too for this
Yeah.
next year, so that's
Aw.
gonna be fun.
That's
and
gonna be so cool.
it's gonna be freaking cool, and like we have so many ideas for it, and like also because like a lot of it is like giving back to the earth kind of and like working with the earth, and I'm really excited to put that intention into it this year. I know, don't look at me. Jenny, it's been 2 weeks. Where have you been? You don't know me anymore. I'm just kidding.
I'm trying so hard not to cry right now.
We are not crying in the first episode of 2022. I've already said it. Enough.
You don't have to cry. I'm fighting it right now.
I
Like,
will cry if you cry.
okay. No, that just like makes me happy. Wow.
Yeah.
I'm just mind blown.
Yeah. It's gonna be like, because it's funny because it's a lot of stuff that like we already were kind of doing, but it's like now there's more meaningfulness to it behind it. I don't know. We were planning it and like talking about where we want to put stuff, and like we have to like, because I would always kind of, because my partner is the one with the green thumb. Like he just exudes that energy. Like what he touches grows.
Yeah.
And so I've always kind of been like, oh, I'll just help water. Like,
Yeah.
oh, I have to do this, pick these. Okay. Like, and I'm like, no, I want to like get my hands dirty this time and like actually help like, do things. I planted all the like little like tubs or whatever they're called, planters,
Mm-hmm.
are things that I've done because it's easy for me to do, like just sitting on the lawn chair outside and doing it.
Yeah.
But like I'm like I want to be like more involved and like actually like
Putting it into the ground.
yes and
Mm-hmm.
like care. I've always just been like, oh, this is great, you grew food, but like I want to input
there.
into it this
I
time,
love that.
and I'm excited to have. You don't even know the first year we did. We had you're like about to cry, and I'm gonna talk about tomatoes.
Plants make me emotional. I have like a horrible thumb.
No.
Okay. Well, like I've kept my money tree alive, which is good.
Ooh,
It's
nice.
good. I
That's
water
good.
it once a week.
Yeah, sometimes it doesn't need that much. I've tried. Another friend has a lot of trouble with her money tree. So I'm like, I'm not sure what to help you with anymore. I don't know what
Yeah.
I don't know which way to go. I don't know. Another one of my friends is really good with her plants, but like, so we're talking about like, oh, you should do this and don't put tomatoes where tomatoes were before. But like the first year we did it, like, I don't know if it was sheer luck or like the season was great or something, but we had like 20 to 30 pounds of tomatoes. Like,
It's crazy.
yeah, I made like tomato sauce and like salsa every day. It was the best. And I'm like, I just missed that summer. Yeah. This is out of left field.
No, I love it.
I don't know.
So yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's
Tomato talk, everyone.
that's tomato talk. Is that the tomato talk sound?
No, that was the heavy sound.
Applause for the tomatoes. Yes. Tomato. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. Just excited. It's getting back to it. I think we're both loopy.
We're both loopy, so maybe we'll cut it there for today.
Yeah.
But next week will be an exciting episode.
Yes.
I don't know what it's about, but it's gonna be exciting.
It will, and we will have our shit together.
Yeah, we'll have our shit together. We've just been kind of like in a vibe.
Wow. Just tired. It's tired getting back into the rhythm.
Yeah,
Cool things to come, though.
me too.
Yeah.
Or me too. Yes,
I got it.
you got it.
You got it. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, you want to do this social?
Sure. You can follow us on Instagram at One Thing Queer, and my personal Instagram is SpexRayX.
And my personal Instagram is at Jenny Lynn Bouton, Bouton, and I have a witchy page called Celestial Light Witch. And if you want to follow my makeup page, is at Jenny Bouton, and that's it.
Yeah. Wow. You can all follow us on TikTok at One Thing Queer Podcast.
Yes.
Go follow us there. Once we get 1,000 followers there, we can do lives there too.
Yeah.
So that would be really cool.
That would be so exciting.
Yeah.
So share our TikTok with y'all's friends.
Yeah.
And also, if you'd like to share your story on the pod, you'd like us to share your story, or if you wanted to be a guest on the pod, feel free to reach us at onethingqueer@gmail.com.
Yeah. Let us know if you have any friends who you think you would want to go be on the podcast or anything. I mean, they also like allies. They don't have to be queer. Could be,
Yeah.
let's talk to anybody really. Yeah.
Anybody want to just promote their business
Yeah.
or just
Yeah.
hit us up?
I'm down to talk to anybody who's not hateful. So
Same.
don't send me anybody hateful. But
Same.
yeah.
Yeah.
We are for everyone as long as you're for everyone.
Exactly.
Yes.
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 That's beautifully said.
Oh, thanks. I took it from somebody else on TikTok.
Well, very well said.
Yeah.
Very well said.
but-
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, I guess we'll see y'all next week.
Yeah. It was fun to catch up.
Yeah, it was fun catching up, friend.
Yeah.
Missed you.
Missed you too. And we
right.
missed you guys too.
We missed you all so much.
Yeah.
So
All right.
be back next week.
Yep.
Bye.
Bye.
Graphics by BexUniverse.co. Music by Jacody.